Hello and welcome to my training. My name is Chuck Holmes. I'm a network marketing professional. In today's video, we're going to talk about attrition in your MLM business. I want to share some of my best tips on how to deal with attrition so you can minimize it and maximize your commission check. So let's just keep it real for a minute. All businesses have attrition with their employees and with their customers. Employees retire, employees change jobs, employees die, employees move. And all businesses have to keep hiring people to keep their business going. Same thing with customers. Customers relocate, customers die, customers decide to switch to a different brand or a different store. Some customers have a bad customer service experience, so they decide to take their business elsewhere. So no business out there in the real world has 100% retention with their employees and with their customers. Some businesses manage it much better than others. Some industries are much higher than other industries, but you're going to have attrition in any type of business that you start. When it comes to our industry, I believe the reason attrition is so high is because it's easy come, easy go. People who join our industry typically have very little money invested in their business, maybe $50, $100, $500, maybe $1,000 max. So it's easy to keep the business a low priority. It's easy to put the business on the back burner when life gets in the way. Someone who wrote a check for $1 million to start a business, they're going to do whatever it takes for as long as it takes to be successful. Someone who invested $100 to start a business, in most cases, they're not going to be as serious or as committed as someone who did the first example. They wrote that big check. When it comes to retaining your reps and your customers, there are a few things you can do. Hopefully you are with a company that has a product or service that is a good value to the customers. You want to be with a product or customer-focused company where there are a lot more customers than reps. You want a product that's unique, something that's good, so that even if people decide to stop building a business, they still keep ordering because they love the products. If you don't have that, it's going to be hard. But some things you can do with your reps, one of the most effective things you can do is you can give someone something to lose. If you start to build depth under someone, this is called taprooting, where you're driving your organization deep. Most people aren't going to quit if they have something to lose. I have a friend in one company, and they did a survey or a finding, and they found that the average rep who had 7 to 10 people on their team that was ordering every month would never quit, because they were either making enough to get their purchase for free, or they were making some money every month. And that kind of cemented them or grounded them into the business. So building depth is a very smart thing to do. Not only does it make your business more profitable, but it makes it more secure. And when people have something to lose, they will have a much higher likelihood of staying than someone that has nothing to lose. The next thing you want to keep doing is keep retailing and recruiting. Every month, you should make it a goal to bring in 1 to 4 new customers and 1 to 4 new reps personally every month. This is going to replace the people who drop out. It's going to show your current team that you're still out there in the trenches, you're still doing something. So never stop retailing and recruiting. This is true in every type of business. Every business in the real world needs to keep recruiting new customers and new employees. Our business is no different. Next one is to teach skills. What I have found in 21 years of doing this is that most people who come into our industry, they don't have any type of sales or marketing or leadership background. They have a unique, specialized background with whatever it is they do, but it doesn't always translate to success in our industry. If you want to keep your team, you have to teach them the skills they need to succeed. You may teach them the skills and they still might not go and do anything, but what would be worse would be to not teach the skills to people who really want to do something with the business. So make sure you provide that training whenever possible. Another thing you can do is build a community. One of the most important human needs is the need to belong to something bigger and better than yourself. People love community. They like hanging out with their tribe, with people who have similar likes, similar interests, similar goals. You want to build a community in your team. And I'm not talking about like a cult or some crazy thing. I'm talking about building an environment where people are recognized, where people feel appreciated, where they feel like their contributions are needed and appreciated. Community is everything really in this industry. Also in the corporate world, I mean, people want to work with an employer where it's fun, it's fulfilling, it's rewarding, no different in this industry. Next thing you can do is build relationships. This really is a relationship-driven business. I don't believe in building like fake friendships, but you should invest your time, energy, money, and resources into helping other people succeed and showing them that you truly care about them as a person, not just as a bonus check. And people can sense whether or not you really care. I mean, some people in our industry, they are only in it for the money. And there are people who do care about their team. So make sure that's the person that you are. You care about your team. You treat people with dignity, with respect. Your word is your bond. You do what you say what you do. Another thing you can do to help with attrition is to promote and attend events. We are an event-driven business. The more people you can get to attend events, the more skills they're going to learn, the more their belief is going to increase, the more higher the likelihood they're going to get serious about their business at some point. Events are where people make the decision to build the business. So the more people you can get to events, the better job you can do at promoting events, the faster your business will grow and the less attrition you will have. Another thing I've found is that you want to get your leaders paid. So most people in our industry, they're really just visiting. They're basically here, they're trying it out for 30 to 90 days, and they're in and they're out. That's going to be 80 to 90% of your team. But when you do find someone who joins and they're willing to put in the work and they're coachable and they're consistent and they're showing up and they're working hard, those are the people you really want to help succeed. Those are the people you want to help make some money. When you find someone who's either a leader or they're showing a lot of potential to be a good leader, you want to do everything that you can to help them make money. Because if you get your leaders paid, they're going to stay and leaders are going to keep bringing in new business, which is good for everyone. You also want to try to make sure that everyone has a good experience. You can't make anyone successful. You can't make anyone fail. You can't make anyone make money or lose money. But what you can do is you can treat people well. So whether they decide to stay or leave, they know that they were appreciated. They know that they were treated fairly with respect. And that just kind of leaves the door open and it doesn't leave a bad taste in their mouth. If they do leave, they're not out there blasting you and your company all over the internet. They have a high regard for you and your company, even if they decide to stop pursuing it because of how you treated them. My final tip on this slide, and I know it's not in exact order, I kind of skipped around a little bit, is if you can reduce your attrition by even 5 or 10%, it could potentially double or even triple your check. So the fact is 50, 60, 70, 80% of your team is going to drop out every year for whatever reason. No matter what you do, no matter how well you treat them, you're going to lose most of your team every single year for whatever reason. People quit for many different reasons. But if you can just minimize that a little bit, you're never going to get everybody to stay. That's fine. But if you can just cut your attrition from, say, 50% to 35 or 40%, and you have a pretty good sized team, that's a lot of extra people and extra orders that you kept around just by minimizing your attrition a little bit. So these are some of my best thoughts on dealing with attrition in your MLM business. It's just my opinion. Individual results will vary. By all means, we can agree to disagree. If you'd like to learn more about this subject, you can check out the links in the description box below this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to watch this video, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Thanks.